So I don't even remember where I was. This is going to happen. I'm a working man. I'm working. But what we've done is we've just chased out the threads on here. This Tenon was designed really long. In reality, the first 5 threads on a barrel Tenon do all the work in a threaded joint. I'm not going to try split it up in my head, because a while back I tried to do a video where I showed that, and I said the first thread takes 70% and the second thread takes 45% and the third thread, and about that time I realized that I'm well over 100% here. Harold Vaughn, in his book Rifle Accuracy Facts, diagrams, predicts, builds a test fixture, shows it with stress and strain in a substance, and quantifies it, puts numbers on it. Suffice it to say that 5 threads and then 2 or 3 more for protection, so 7 threads, maximum of 10 threads, is more than enough to secure the Tenon of a rifle, action, and barrel. That's the scientific fact of it. But the redneck fact of it is that people in the real world have to sell to stupid people, and I use that term advisedly. They're selling to not even ignorant people. They're selling to people that are maybe from a different, well, for instance, I sell concrete generally to high-powered homeowners on big homes. Whatever they do it well, because they have the money to own a $2 million home, or a $600,000 home, or a $350,000 home. So they're doing something right, and whatever it is that they do, I doubt that I would even understand it, or that I know very much about it. So, you know, they may well be building widgemabobbits for whoosamawachiks, and when I need a widgemabobbit, I'm going to go buy it from them because they're the best widgemabobbit maker. But now where it gets hairy is when you got rednecks like myself that are starting to think we're knowing something about guns, and we go to a professional to have a gun built or worked on. And I owe the guy that built this gun an apology, because he built me a fairly priced gun, and I had some complaints. I had made him redo some stuff that in retrospect I maybe shouldn't have. It's kind of like, this is why I'm on such a tear right now about people who send barrels back willy-nilly, or scopes back willy-nilly. If you're going to send a scope back, then you better have it on a scope checker and check it out. Now, there's a good chance that there is something, but I doubt it's, for most people, I doubt that a scope's failure to repeat is within the accuracy parameters of their system. Unless you've got a 10th minute gun, you can't really see a less than 10th minute variation in a scope. So where I'm going with this is, this gun serendipitously has a oversized and extra long Tenon. That's why I bailed into this without taking a whole bunch of measurements. I went, okay, yeah, we're going to have room by the time we get up here, wipe out the lettering so that his lettering is gone, so that he's no longer going to be blamed for this abortion that I'm going to turn this thing into. So we're all in the clear. And I picked it because it had a long, oversized Tenon, easy to chase, give me a tiny bit of room to move. If I puss this up, which I fully expected, well, I didn't fully expect, but there's a 20% chance, let's say, that I would, I have a little bit of room to work with in the original threads. I can recut these a thou one way or the other, and it'll just bring them down to a comfortable spec. Right now they're slightly overly tight. And in reality, with a conventionally shouldered barrel, loose threads are better in all senses than tight threads. Now, loose threads in a nutted situation do show in my testing marginally better, but we're missing a really salient point here. The fact that a barrel moves back and forth when it's loose by a ½ inch in one case and a 1/16 of an inch in the other case doesn't make one better than the other. It's the fact that it moved that's a problem. So, I'm going to try to illustrate here in future videos why. I've got 4 or 5 different lines of inquiry going here, and that is something I do a lot. I start to illustrate something, It's tempting to say I start to teach or show you something, but that's not my goal, ever. Never has been, never will be. My goal is let's think this together. What I want is people interacting with the channel, maybe writing back in and saying, isn't there a better way to do this? Or, you're an idiot. I don't care how it comes apart. I don't care how somebody says, what you did there was bad information. In the end, my only goal is good information and passion for the industry and passion for excellence. The side of my trucks, I own a company called Sierra Concrete, and our company motto is committed to excellence. It's on my website, it's on in my trucks, on my trucks. It's on my business card, Sierra Concrete, committed to excellence. Because that's really all that I care about. If you're committed to excellence, and if you do excellence, the money's going to come. You're going to get paid for it, because there will always be people out there, and they're the ones who matter. They're the ones who run the world. And they're going to pay you for your services, because your services are going to be honest and well rendered. Okay, I blew right over that joint as though it didn't exist. I'm running out of finger here because I'm all of a sudden buttoned up against it, not wanting. But suffice it to say that I'm way up here. So we got ourselves a set of threads, and we looked into it so I can, if I ever post this to the internet, I can look impressive on the internet. Like, I really made that look easy, going into finding an old set of threads and not even really touching the old threads. Honestly, I didn't. I maybe knocked a tick off of them or something, but blended right in and segued right in there as if it was commonplace, which it's not. Up here above me a wide assortment of these collars that I've been making. Don't know if I have one that'll fit on here. Kind of doubt it, because that thread is still pretty wicked oversized. This one was way oversized for one of my oversized tests. Well, that's discouraging. The only one that fits on there is a way oversized one. It won't really matter though, because I'm not going to be, maybe I just won't include this barrel in my testing. This is specifically a Fireform barrel, and as long as it screws into an action and I can get it moderately tight, I can go right to the action phase. So I'll probably just thread nut this thing on and not worry about this whole spacer thing that you're going to learn about later in other videos. I'm going to test various clearances and play, various thicknesses and depth. Is this wide spacer better than this? Does any of this have any effect at all on what I'm trying to do? What I'm trying to show here is that I have already shown in my last series of videos that I can't publish, where I was trying to prove something else, that a nutted joint has coaxial movement like you read about. Well, like you don't read about, unfortunately. Nobody's ever said anything about it. Nobody's ever found it. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure there's some high-end gunsmiths out there that are giggling and laughing and saying, yeah, you idiot, that's why I've been telling you for 20 years that shouldered barrels are good. Nutted barrels are stupid. They're for the salvage crowd. So, we're going to try to cover the best of both worlds. I'm trying to build a nutting system that is as solid and as stout as... One of the things that just crossed my mind is I could start turning this Tenon down until one of these smaller ones fits. Okay, I'm digressing, which I do quite a bit. So it doesn't matter to anybody, because I don't even know why I would care if this has a spacer in it or not. But what I'm trying to do with this spacer is eliminate that coaxialness that I did find. It is a fact. So we had the coaxialness, we have the problem. That's just simple fact. So I'm going to, we've got our threads. Do a little victory dance over that, because that's, first time you try it, you might find out that that's not quite as quick and easy as it looks. I'm going to get to the next phase, run some numbers before I go start whacking a chamber in here willy-nilly and trimming it to length, and we'll see you on the other side here shortly.